Rafael Nadal boasts 14 titles at the French Open, with a career record of 112 wins and 4 losses, giving him a winning percentage of 96.55%. In contrast, Roger Federer has only won the French Open once, with a career record of 73 wins and 17 losses, resulting in a winning percentage of 81.11%, which is the lowest. Even with just one French Open victory, it doesn't count as a head-to-head record against Nadal. If I had faced Nadal in the finals, there was a possibility that I wouldn't have won the French Open. In the case of Nadal, he has won the Australian Open twice with a record of 77 wins and 16 losses, giving him a win rate of 82.80%. He has also won Wimbledon twice with a record of 58 wins and 12 losses, resulting in a win rate of 82.86%. At the US Open, he has won 4 times with a record of 67 wins and 12 losses, achieving a win rate of 84.81%. However, his win rate at the French Open is remarkably high at 96.55%. What could the reason be? This is because those who know the court dominate the game. I examined the speed and angle at which a 100 km/h serve hits the ground at a 30-degree angle. First, on a hard court, the speed decreases to 67 km/h and it bounces up at a 41-degree angle, while on a grass court it is 73 km/h at a 36-degree angle. And the clay court decreases significantly by 57 kilometers, while it bounces up sharply by 44 degrees. The clay court is advantageous for defensive players because the ball bounces slower and higher compared to other courts. This has created an incredible synergy with Nadal's heavy topspin forehand. As mentioned, Nadal has almost monopolized the title at Roland Garros since the mid-2000s, which is why the famous Roger Federer is known for missing out on his career. Grand Slam every time, having faced Nadal in the finals in 2006, 2008, and 2011, and losing each time. Thanks to Nadal not reaching the finals in 2009, Federer was able to achieve his career Grand Slam. But he was unable to secure a victory against Nadal in their match at Roland Garros. Thus, Nadal is considered the greatest player on clay courts in history. He has won the French Open 14 times, and the number of titles he has won at other clay court tournaments is countless, with his overall record at Roland Garros being 112 wins and 4 losses, giving him an impressive winning percentage of 96.55%. His overall record on clay courts stands at 479 wins and 49 losses, with an impressive win rate of 90.72%. In most sports, when someone is labeled as the greatest of all time, it often invites counter-arguments. But Nadal's performance and career on clay courts are at an overwhelming level that cannot be compared to any other player. And this record will likely remain unbroken for a long time. On the other hand, what about the top competitor, Roger Federer? Federer's playing style is classified as an all-rounder, capable in all aspects of the game. All-rounders can sometimes be seen as lacking distinctiveness compared to serve and volley players or baseline players. Federer, fittingly nicknamed the Tennis Emperor, has the highest level of play in every aspect. In particular, his backhand slice and drop shot, benefiting from his one-handed backhand, are at the highest level. Additionally, when executing a serve, they can freely control the toss and use fakes, as well as vary the type of serve with ease. The accuracy of the serve is also extremely high, and the location is very tricky, making it one of the most powerful serves. Whether it's a backhand or a slice, the backswing is the same before hitting the ball, making it very advantageous for faking. His ability to control the game is imperial in matches where things go well. He makes his opponents run a lot while maintaining a consistently static level of movement to target his adversaries. However, what is the reason that Nadal struggles specifically on clay courts? It is due to the characteristics of the clay surface. When the 5-year-older Federer is already in a top position, Rafael Nadal presents his own solutions to Federer's play, creating a strategy to break Federer's momentum. The key to the strategy is to hit the high-bouncing forehand into Federer's backhand position. Nadal persistently targeted Federer's backhand with forehand topspins throughout the match, The stronger the topspin on the ball, the higher the bounce, and since a one-handed backhand generally has a swing trajectory that goes from low to high, moreover, because Nadal's forehand is so powerful, he inevitably produced numerous errors while trying to return it with his backhand, leading to his own downfall. Next, Nadal has great stamina, allowing him to exert an incredible amount of energy in his workouts. Federer showed remarkable defensive skills by managing to chase down and return shots, even when Federer was hitting to the corners of the court. During his prime, Federer couldn't find a solution to Nadal's tactics, which led to a significant disadvantage in their head-to-head record on clay courts, ultimately resulting in a record of 16 wins and 24 losses, and 4 wins and 10 losses in Grand Slam matches. The slow and high bounce of the ball on clay courts worked in favor of Nadal, who plays a defensive style, creating an incredible synergy with Nadal's heavy topspin forehand that caught Federer, who was positioned higher, off guard. Then what kind of relationship do we have? Often, when club members who usually play on hard courts or artificial turf encounter clay courts for competitions or other reasons, they struggle to adapt and end up losing the game. Since the skill levels of club members are often quite similar, even a very small difference in characteristics or environment can determine the outcome of the match. As mentioned earlier, clay courts reduce speed. On the other hand, because the ball bounces significantly, a player who is usually confident in their forehand may find it difficult to hit winning shots on clay courts, leading to a collapse in their performance. Additionally, there may have been experiences where a serve that is usually quite confident gets well received by the opponent, and trying to put in more power due to the perceived slowness results in repeated mistakes that ruin the game. This is the result of not being able to overcome the small differences that come from the characteristics of a coat that looks small. I wonder how much stress Federer must have endured to surpass the characteristics of the clay court against Nadal. So, how should one adapt to the changed court? If a club member who usually plays on artificial turf assumes there is a tournament on a clay court, it is advisable to practice on the clay court for at least one day. It is very important to keep your eyes on the ball until the end, as the speed decreases and it bounces. You should return the ball as close as possible to where it has bounced. Additionally, due to the irregular bounces, you need to watch the ball closely and calmly execute your hitting motion until the end. It's more advantageous to focus on the connections rather than quickly bringing the ball back than on artificial turf. You should think about taking the rally, at least. It's best to approach with the mindset of not collapsing on your own. The different types of balls that change with each court can be tricky and difficult, but this is precisely the charm of tennis. And since it is a sport that requires a detailed approach, it can be even more enjoyable. In fact, there are many variations depending on the court. As professional players know, the shoes need to be different, the tension of the racket needs to change, the height of the knees during regular hitting movements should also vary, and there are many other factors that differ from court to court. Although we amateur players are not like professional athletes, the fact that we recognize and try to apply even small differences is a testament to our growth in tennis. In tennis, small differences can certainly lead to significant changes. Please subscribe to the Empathy channel today as well.